Hey everybody, thanks so much for clicking on the video. My name is James Caldwell and I am wanting to talk about this series, this Candy's Wedding series. I didn't start into watching it as if I was going to do a review. I wasn't really paying it any attention. I really was kind of just like catching a little bit here and a little bit there and not really paying attention. I um I found it's very difficult to watch actually. Like I had made a comment that it's like the continuation of watching the Housewives. So we're up to basically see episode 3 of this series right now. And what I'm actually seeing is this is the motherfucking Mama Joyce show. I've made comments before. I've talked about how I don't think mothers are good for reality TV for various reasons. Because you have these women and they are of a certain age and you want to respect them, but they're putting themselves in a position where we can't respect you on the level that you want to be respected on because of the way that you're acting. Kandi is very adamant about people tearing her mother up and about people having things to say about her relationship that she has with her mother. But come on, Kandi, seriously. Um, the bloggers have been very nice with Mama Joyce, I think. Um, Even in interviews, people are being very nice with Mama Joyce. Let's be honest. Mama Joyce acts a motherfucking fool. She is just ridiculous. She don't give a fuck what she say. She don't give a fuck who she says it to. She don't give a fuck how anybody feels after she says the shit, which is all traits of a woman of a certain age. But you need to keep your motherfucking ass off of TV because eventually somebody is going to do Mama Joyce. Somebody's going to let her have it, and that crying is not going to help her ass. That crying is not going to help, and then we feel so bad. You feel so bad when you see Kandi break into these tears. Well, I've gotten to the point I've gotten over the ledge now. The crying is not doing anything for me. She is ridiculous. She's ridiculous. She's in this show. You got this show going on. This girl's trying to plan this wedding. Here we are, 3 episodes in. Mama Joyce is still clowning like a motherfucker. She's being rude to Todd every time she gets a chance. She's talking down to him. She done went so far as now to say that his mama was a hoe and his daddy was a motherfucking pimp. Where do they do that at? Where do they do that? Where do people say this type of shit about people's parents and nobody does anything? And what I noticed, always cowering in the corner, always pulling back what he wants to say. He's sitting here and he's saying, my dad died when I was like 3 years old, and you're saying that he taught me some game or something, this and the other. She not eat that shit up. Mama Joyce went right on. She's like, well, I believe that your work just goes on and it just travels. Not apologetic. Didn't give a fuck. She didn't give a fuck how Todd felt. And then I'm looking at that and I'm saying, I know he wants to smack the shit out of her. I know he does. He's human. So I know he wants to good cuss her straight clean the motherfucker out and smack the shit out of the top of her head. But he just sucks it up. Then you got Kandi, and I'm looking at Kandi, and Kandi, I don't know whether you know it or not, but you're pretty motherfucking unfair to Todd too, if you ask me. You're sitting there, your mother that acted a goddamn clown, and he ain't allowed to say nothing. He can't even tell you how he felt when your mammy disrespected him. He ain't allowed to say nothing. He just got to keep eating it. Bullshit. Bullshit. That is just so crazy. And I'm like, this is very difficult to watch. Then in this episode, Todd's mom comes in town, and I'm like, oh God, where are we going with this? Then you got more drama. You got folks carrying on that are her friends. She got her friends are clashing. I'm like, what the fuck? Why even get married with all this shit going on? You know, why get married and have this whole thing where you're afraid to actually get to the ceremony because you're afraid somebody's going to show off. You know, but anyway, Todd's mother comes in. She's supposed to stay for 2 weeks. Mama Joyce and the one other sister with the glasses, the heavyset aunt, the two of them came to Kandi's house with the devil riding their backs from the door. On the way there, the devil was riding their back. Before they left there, that little heavyset aunt was saying that lady talked too much. Because there's the one aunt that actually does like Todd's mother. And Todd's mother seems really cool. She seemed like she liked her a little nip, a nip and a sip, baby, and she liked to dance and laugh and have a good time. She stayed up in New York. She looked like she would like to have a good time. I go hanging out with Todd's mom. But she was cool. And then when she came in, you know, the one aunt, they was like, hey girl, you know, and they was kicking it and everything was cool. That other aunt, the devil was on her motherfucking coattail. Her and that damn Joyce. As soon as they sat down, they started. Here goes Joyce. Started some bullshit talking about, I wasn't even allowed to stay tonight. Well, what the fuck do you need to stay tonight for, Mama Joyce? You don't need to stay the motherfucking night. You have your own house. Kandi done bought you a house. Go get the fuck in it. You don't need to stay tonight. Go the fuck home. You don't like Todd. You want to walk around and don't speak to him half the time. Then the other half of the time, you're sitting around and wanting to say something smart. Take your motherfucking ass home. Don't nobody want to be bothered. Riley don't even want to be bothered with you. Riley be off somewhere hiding from you with your bullshit. It's ridiculous. It's very hard to watch because you kind of when you're doing this reality TV thing, you kind of tend to put yourself in their shoes. And if you put yourself in their shoes, baby, ain't no way. Ain't no way. There's no way. I would not, child plays. There's no way. I would not cower down to Kandi and not a motherfucker in her family. And my mama would not have to cower to Kandi and another motherfucker in her family. None of them. They would all be able to take and kiss my ass on the motherfucking pink part. They're ridiculous. Ridiculous. I've not seen anybody act like they got sense except for that one aunt. And she wasn't acting nice at the beginning. She came around. I think she seen the episode and seen how ridiculous that shit was. But anyway, anyhow, shit. Tonight, Todd's mother said, fuck that bullshit. Mama Joyce got to talking that shit. Todd's mother told her, do not put your finger in my face and don't be swinging your finger in my face, carried on. Then told Mama Joyce she was a bitch. And it got, you know, everything got all out of sorts. And in the midst of it, we're looking, Todd's taking his mother and steadily trying to talk his mother down, you know, to make everything even and make everything smooth. Fuck them people. Fuck them people. And that scene right there, for me, and I'm talking about me personally, with that, I would never probably have gotten this far, but right there, I would have been packing up my shit, and me and my mother would have been going off to a motherfucking hotel, and I'd have sent my mother on back to New York the next day, and I would have told Kandi, suck dick and get on. I wouldn't, you can love her, you can do any of that. I'm telling you, for me, I'd have walked on Kandi. She'd been crying a motherfucking again because the wedding would have been off. The wedding would have been completely off. It really would have. And Mama Joyce, she don't give a fuck because she attacked Kandi too. As soon as they went upstairs, she's okay, you're taking their side. Kandi wasn't taking nobody's side. She was taking her side as usual. You know? It was ridiculous. But anyway, then they had this other thing. She done put that motherfucking tan up to her dirty work. Now, she gave all that trouble to Carmen, which is Kandi's friend. Then Carmen got another friend, Tan. Now, the two of them don't get along. So Mama Joyce done went, now she got Tan to go and do her dirty work to fuck with Carmen. Well, that didn't work too good because, see, Carmen was a little nicer to Mama Joyce. She motherfucking let Tan have it and dismissed the fuck out of her. She was going on talking. She told her just as nicely. She said, listen here. Listen. She said some shit. She's going back and forth talking about you owe Mama Joyce an apology and all this. That girl don't owe Mama Joyce shit. She don't owe her nothing. Nothing at all. And the girl, she listened to so much of it, and then she told her some shit and told her, I don't owe nobody an apology. I ain't apologizing to nobody. And if Kandi got a problem with it, you tell Kandi to tell me. Period. And she gave her bye Felicia. Now that shit tickled me because I kept hearing people say shit about bye Felicia. I kept seeing this on like the internet, and I never knew what that meant. Well, goddamn lo and behold, Phaedra says, "Girl, Felicia, who's Felicia?" That bitch turned around and said, "Felicia is that unimportant bitch that don't nobody give a fuck about." Can I say dismissal? She dismissed the fuck out of her. Then Candy's cousin like starts screaming, who's one of the bridesmaids or whatever. She's screaming and she's going on. Nobody better not mess up my cousin's wedding. This, that, thing, and the other. Blah, 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 blah. Nobody's cowering to you too. And I don't know what's going on with Carmen. You know, there's a lot of back and forth about Carmen, whether Carmen's jealous of Kandi or I don't know that Carmen's jealous of Kandi. Carmen takes a lot of shit. I done seen Todd yell at Carmen. I done seen Kandi get all crunked up with Carmen, and Candy's mammy's all crunked up with Carmen. Again, Carmen's another one. I would be telling Kandi and them to get the fuck on, and we wouldn't, get the fuck out of here. That bullshit. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot, and it's very hard to watch because I think that Kandi is genuinely a very nice girl, but everybody doesn't have to cower to that crazy type of living situation that they have. Mama Joyce needs to be stopped. She needs to be stopped. And the way I see the show, it's the fucking Mama Joyce show. Period. Kandi just happens to be getting married, throughout it. But this is the Mama Joyce show. But anyway, that's just what I felt like saying about it. You guys can thumbs up the video or thumbs down. Leave comments and let me know what you think. Is it just me or am I being too touchy? Or do you find Mama Joyce hard to watch with her ridiculous fucking behavior? Hey, I'm just saying. Thanks for clicking on the video. You can follow me as Spill It Boy on Twitter. And I will see you guys at another time. Later.